Hello and welcome to the Pro Wrestling Voice podcast. I am your host, John Lucas, alongside my co-host, Vanny Menard.
Hey, yo.
Kevin Ortiz, how's it going, man?
Hey, it's going good, man. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Follow us on Twitter at PWV_podcast for all your wrestling news, articles, opinion, information. Check out ProWrestlingVoice.com. Check out our store at ProWrestlingTees.com/ProWrestlingVoice. Only $19.99. You guys go ahead and check those out. We are the generation that grew up in the Attitude Era. This is our take on the business. Before I keep going, I keep forgetting to do it now. We are on iTunes now. Search us by searching up Pro Wrestling Voice Radio. You can see everything that the website posts. Check us out on the Spreaker app. If you have an Android device or something like that, which you shouldn't have because Team iPhone. So.
Yeah, all day.
But yeah, so just ahead, I didn't watch any of Raw this week. I was at Sonys E3 Conference, which was fucking bomb. Like, if anyone hasn't seen that yet, you need to definitely go check that shit out. They opened with God of War, and everyone in the theater that I was with lost their shit. Kratos is already my favorite video game character, like, pretty much of all time. And just seeing a new Kratos was dope as fuck. And now he has a son. Oh my god, just
right.
I don't even want to talk about it. Not yet, just because I don't know if either y'all know the story of God of War yet. But God, it's so good. Oh, I love it so much. Anyway, let's go on into Raw. So, you guys can go ahead and take the reins here. So, what was the first thing that happened on Raw tonight or last night?
Well, the first thing they did was they opened with the Orlando tribute. It was a good display they put on, had the banner in the background and whatnot, and just such a sad and tragic event. So it's good that you see a lot of companies and almost everybody, kind of
rallying together like we should.
Yeah, like showing our support. It's a messed up world we live in, man, and just stuff like that shouldn't happen. Everybody needs to be happy with who you are, and that's the most important thing, really. So it's just a sad event, sad start to Raw in that sense, but immediately moved on to something a lot better.
Yeah, was it? Let me guess. Did the New Day come out first?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need in that instance.
That definitely lifts everybody's spirits and shit. Who doesn't love seeing the New Day? Every time the New Day comes out first, I just get right tapped into Raw. Exactly. It's freaking awesome. So yeah, New Day comes out and they cut a freaking awesome promo, and I can't wait to see more of this because. I just know it's coming. So first thing they do is
New Day Rocks.
Yeah, exactly. They're the E Tag Team Champions, and then the first thing they do is go on Kofi Kingston's shoes.
I heard he was wearing the ugly ass Steph Curry shoes. Steph Curry.
Yeah, the shoes are. Oh man, I mean, they're like the most generic looking shoes I've ever seen.
I remember when I first saw those, and I was like, these are like player basketball shoes? Those look like generic Reebok number 3s. Like, are you serious?
Exactly.
Like, I don't even know what brand they are. I don't even care. I was just like, those look awful.
Yeah, those are shoes you go to like Walmart or something like that, and you can get
bargain bin.
Yeah. And everybody started going on.
I was like, what are those? Like, what are those?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, just I know, like, not every player has had the greatest shoes in the world. We used to both rock Iversons, and Iverson's shoes look way better than those.
Yes, by a freaking long shot, dude. And
Iverson's had a few pretty good pairs too, and that's why I was just like, man, like. After all the years of shoes being made, that's what you
right? Like, bro, that's your signature shoe?
I don't even know how much they cost.
Dude, that's the worst part. They're like $120. Yes.
I'd be dated and wear an old ass pair of Forces before I bought those fuckers for $120.
Forces are even cheaper. Those would be like $30-$40 max. No, they're like $120, dude. I'd rather go get some Jordans or anything else.
I'd rather wear, what was it, the Air Force Jordans, those ugly-ass shoes. I would never have worn those, but I would wear those over the fucking, what's it called? Like, the Steph Curry's.
Yeah,
does he wear those on court?
I've never seen him wear them, and I doubt he will.
I don't blame him. Like, what the fuck am I going to wear these for? They don't help me in basketball, and they don't even look good.
So. They're just, ugh. These disgusting-looking shoes.
At least Jordan and Kobe and Iverson wear their own shoes.
Yeah, right. Their shoes look a lot better too, so he's probably embarrassed to wear them. Honestly,
I don't blame him.
He was wearing them one time for
Oppressor.
He was wearing them, it was like practice, or I think he might have won them one game. I mean, I know he wrote on them one time. He was like, they're lit or they're fire on around their toes on the shoes or something. When everybody started going on,
the whole internet went off on them.
They are not lit. They are not on. They're on fire as this stuffed Charmander right now. That's how on fire they are.
And I'm gonna get you guys a pair for your birthdays.
Oh, you ain't? Don't you?
I'm gonna rock them in a few weeks on the episode.
Make sure you keep the receipt.
You can give them to me. I'll hold them for a year and re-gift them back to you. I'm like, nah, man, these are your size. What you talking about? I bought these for $100.
Right? Oh man,
Anyway,
too funny, man. So then after that, right? So, New Day, they're cutting a great promo like they usually do, and then Enzo and Cass come out. All right, it gets me excited because I can't wait for the future and all the promos that they're gonna cut. And this was just excellent between the two.
Them up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. We'll have to wait and see.
Did they tease it on Raw, or did they kind of like avoid it?
I think they avoided it for the most part. Good. What do you think, Vandy? I don't think they really gave anything. Hints.
No hints at all. I mean, this was just a regular kind of build towards their Fatal 4-Way tag match and Money in the Bank. So no hints this time around. And just speaking off that with the start to Raw this time around, I was scrolling through Twitter, the usual was tweeting during the show, and of course, we all complained when the Raw started with the same old every single week with the Authority. So, now we get something different with Enzo and Cass and New Day, or just in general the last few weeks we've got something different. I mean, sometimes we've had Shane and Stephanie in the ring, sometimes very few times we started with a match at all, but different people have been starting Raw to kick off the show, and I was looking through and it's kind of a mixed reaction. I mean, it was mostly positive, but there's some Twitter hate out there not liking. I mean, as always, I think you're always going to find, people are going to find something, always find some way to hate on something, no matter how great we might think it may be. But to me, I mean, I like the promo now. It didn't really do anything in terms of, it wasn't one of those promo where it set up to set the tone for the rest of the show in terms of built something toward it built for the main event. And it didn't do anything like that, but it was still a nice change of pace. It was a nice, entertaining promo between New Day. I mean, who doesn't want to see New Day and Enzo and Cass in the ring going back and forth on the mic?
Exactly. Everybody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Money.
Exactly.
It is money, dude.
Even the first match to start off the New Day, or most specifically Kofi and Big E with Enzo and Cass against the Vaudevillains. I was about to say the Bland Villains. The Vaudevillains in the Club. It was a good match. I mean, one thing WWE knows how to do well, those 8-man tag matches are really exciting, really entertaining, and this was no different. Good match from start to finish. What do you think, Kev?
No, I'm right with you, man. Same thing. I thought it was a great match. Really good leading into the pay-per-view. It just built more excitement for it, in my opinion. And I can't wait for the pay-per-view, man. I know it's going to be a hell of a show they all put on, because all those teams, I mean, they can all perform, they can all go in the ring, and again, just seeing them all at the same time is just, I'm just going to enjoy it as a fan. Just going to take it all in. Yeah.
And of course, the heels end up getting the win right on this one. The Club standing tall at the end right here. So, of course, we'll go into that later on with our Money in the Bank predictions when we get there. But, I mean, hot start to Raw. Match-wise, I mean, we're not going to really, John, we'll spare you the boredom. We're not going to dive into all the matches of Raw because, honestly, you know what? This is what we're going to do. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of it. You can probably tell just by the names of the matches. I just want to see your reaction, John. I'm going to write off the matches. I just want to see your reaction, okay? After that hot 8-man tag match, next match we had, well, I'm not even going to go in order. I'll just throw out the matches we had out there. Sheamus versus Zack Ryder.
Was that like less than 3 minutes? Like,
yeah, pretty sure.
Pretty much. Of course, Sheamus, typical squash match.
Because he's going into fighting Cruz, who has another match. So
yeah, Cruz ended up coming out to save Ryder when Sheamus was beating him down, and somebody put on Twitter that Cruz was trying so hard not to smile and actually do a serious beatdown. And you can kind of see it that he wanted to smile while beating Sheamus down. And I'm just thinking, like, bro, no, you can't smile. This is one moment you can't smile. You look serious. You can't beat somebody up and smile. It doesn't work that way. Like, you can't. It's like you can't go to the hood and beat somebody up while you're smiling. It just doesn't work that way. So, that was a typical. You can't. I mean, yeah, that was that.
That's funny as fuck. I'm gonna go back and look it up.
It was hilarious. I mean, you can the beatdown too. I mean, I don't know what Cruz was doing. I mean, you know, Kev, you can kind of see it wasn't really.
Was it like a good beatdown, or was it like I'm not supposed to hurt you? We have a match on Sunday beatdown.
That's exactly what it was. It's I'm not supposed to hurt you, because when he was beating Sheamus down, he wasn't even, you know, usually you mount the guy and you're just pounding him. He was kind of like in a side mount and kind of giving him not even like a full on fist, kind of like a side fist and real slow. You can
like he's coming at his head like this, or like hammer fisting him down like that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It was awkward.
It wasn't like a good tight Triple H mounted punches.
Oh hell no!
Exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Triple H definitely does the best mounted punches I think I've ever seen. Like, and you know, like we've seen it 1,000 times. We know what happens, but damn it, if he doesn't make it look good, like
he sells the shit out of it.
Especially when he was beating down Roman.
Triple H and Roman. Do you remember the rant when Evolution turned on Randy? Oh, man, those were some fierce punches. Those were some fierce punches, man. It's like, no, we gotta get this blood out. We gotta get this blood out. Great turn, one of the best turns ever. Like, because
it really was.
That shot Randy to the sky, man. No, there was not one fan who wasn't behind Randy after all that. That was so. I remember watching that live, man. I was just like, oh my god.
Right, I was in shock, dude.
You're friends. What? Oh my gosh, good times. But, go ahead, run down the next match.
Next match, Paige versus Charlotte. This is your typical actually I can't even say pre. This is your typical women's match or divas match. This barely lasted a bathroom break, and I'm talking about a pee break. This barely lasted a pee break. Charlotte lost.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Clean.
Paige won.
Paige won in a squash match, pretty much.
Did she make Charlotte tap, or Paige turn, or
Rampage? Rampage. Yeah, she hit her with Rampage.
Yeah.
She squashed Charlotte before her title match this Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much.
The bad thing about it is the title's not even defended. They're doing a tag match between Charlotte and Dana Brooke against Natalya and Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Is it a tag match now?
Yeah, it's a tag match. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean, Dana Brooke kind of cost Charlotte, by, distracting her. And, of course, Charlotte made a big deal afterwards. And they kind of teased dissension, kind of teased the breakup, that if Dana Brooke doesn't pull her weight, then she no longer can be part of Charlotte's greatness kind of thing. Just
Good. She's Charlotte's learning to deal with her insolence as her protege, because the protege needs to do that. As stupid as it was, but it's whatever.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, the only thing positive that really can come of this, because that match again was like 2-3 minutes max, was just the backstage promo. Hopefully Dana just she separates and attacks Charlotte. That's really going to be the payoff in my opinion, or I hope it's the payoff at least.
Well, let's see what the payoff is, because I'm about 99.9% sure that Dana Brooke was never supposed to join with Charlotte. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Pretty sure Emma's injury was
exactly.
Yeah. And it sucks. It just injuries, man. It's just it sucks. So if they decide to go with what was probably originally planned, we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. So I'll run down the next bad match before we get to the last couple good ones. So setting this one up, Corporate Kane was the next former figure that was back this week. So Shane and Steph were both backstage throughout the show, and Corporate Kane was here this week. So Del Rio or Kevin Owens came in and was trying to snitch on Del Rio for being late to the show. In typical Kevin Owens fashion.
Oh, look, that's like something he would do too.
And so the reasoning behind it is what's perfect, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kev. I'll let you finish this one up.
All right, so yeah, as Vandy was saying, Owens goes backstage. He's telling everybody how Del Rio just showed up 20 minutes ago when we're like almost 2 hours into the show, and then Del Rio comes barging into the room, all pissed off, speaking Spanish like he usually does. And the reason he then says the reason why he was late is because Kevin Owens called airport security on him. He got held up for 5 hours. Oh man!
When you said airport security, the first thing that popped into my mind was Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo, when they hold the dude up and fucking the freakazoid, like Tina or whatever her name is just, she has the glove.
Yep.
And then again, please. That is the only thing. That's the first thing that came to my mind. That's fucking funny as shit.
That's probably why Del Rio was so damn pissed when he came into the room, dude.
No, if he walked off like grabbing his backside, that would have been perfect.
That would have been perfect.
Oh man, that's funny. Oh my gosh.
It was awesome. So Corporate Kane ended up suggesting that Del Rio and Kevin Owens put their differences aside and do a team-building activity by doing
Dr. Shelby.
Dr. Shelby, good old Dr. Shelby nod right there, and put them in a tag team match together against the Lucha Dragons. And had the Lucha Dragons won, they would have taken Del Rio and Owens' spot in the Money in the Bank match. Of course, you already know who won that match.
I was going to say, what?
Right.
There's no way in hell they're going to lose that.
Recovered from his beating. Kevin and I were talking about that. He's still not 100%. He's operating around 50%, maybe max at that. Just the beating from Rusev.
Damn. That's what he is.
By the way, Rusev he demolished Titus, man.
Destroyed him.
He squashed Titus?
It wasn't a match, though.
But Titus was walking out to the ring for a match that never happened because when he was walking down the ramp, Rusev just came and he just beat the tar out of him, man. He beat him like a slave.
Damn.
It was a Kalisto style ass whooping out there again, man.
Yeah.
Wow. So hopefully we get a good match out of them because I hope so. I'm pretty sure Rusev's gonna win. But at least it gets some heat on him. Because I know people do like Titus, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Next match.
Next match we ended up having, I think besides the 8-man tag match, the best match of the night. Wish it would have gone longer. Sami Zayn versus Cesaro.
Oh yeah.
They had that on Raw.
Yeah,
they had it on Raw, man.
Wow,
it was excellent. It was.
I was gonna say shades of their NXT days. Like,
yes.
Oh my gosh,
I wish they would have given them more time. But the match was great in the time that they're giving them.
Cool.
Sami Zayn got the win here.
Sami Zayn won?
Yeah.
Won.
Okay.
Which was, I think it was kind of, I think Cesaro needed to win too, but I think this one was much needed for Sami Zayn after he got squashed by Del Rio last week.
Sami Zayn hasn't gotten like consistent wins, and I've noticed that. Like he'll lose 4, then win 1, then lose 2, then win 1.
Yeah.
So. And Cesaro's gotten, I don't want to say the same. He's kind of gotten the same kind of treatment, but he definitely does. I think he has more wins than Sami does this year.
Yeah, probably. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah, and that's the sad part about that is that Cesaro's been gone for a long time, and he didn't come back till after Mania. So,
last match before we get to some of the good parts of Raw. Last match was Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. Nothing new. I mean, they had a good match, but it was nothing we haven't seen before. Dean wins with dirty deeds. For the breakdown of what you saw at the end of Raw.
I got the tail end of the match. I saw the finish. I saw the should be all hell breaks loose. The Money in the Bank participants are going wild.
Exactly.
That was literally like the softest pillow fight I've ever seen. It was awful. If Sami Zayn didn't do the like Swanton spot off the
turnbuckle,
that would have been that whole thing would have just been pointless. It would have just been, why wasn't Jericho could have just stood tall at the end of that, and it would have been fine. But it was anyway. Continue. Good parts of Raw.
Let's get to the two good parts of Raw. I know me and Kevin and I were texting back and forth about this. We'll save I would think we'll save the best one for last, but let's do Cena and AJ Styles, another great promo.
Awesome.
There seems to be a consistent theme here.
Yep. I know, right?
Exactly. And this one was the contract signing. Of course, you kind of think, typical contract signing. But when AJ finally does get in the ring after Cena does his talking, there's two contracts. One, and Cena lays it out plain and simple. He said, one, you sign this contract, it's a straight-up one-on-one match, me and you. The other one is, if you sign it, this is Cena versus AJ in the club. So everybody wants to see a one-on-one match with, between you and me. So what's it going to be? Because I know the club's going to be lurking. So you want to prove that you can beat Cena. Can you prove that you could beat the face that runs the place? And, then they're going back and forth with their awesome, it's just a great promo, man. You definitely have to check it out. And, of course, so AJ ends up signing the contract where it's just a one-on-one match, no club involvement. So it's going to be one-on-one, mano-a-mano, Money in the Bank, Cena versus AJ Styles. And, oh, my gosh, I'm just watering at the mouth right now just thinking of how great this match is going to be.
So they signed the one-on-one contract.
One-on-one should be no club involvement. It should just be Cena versus AJ Styles, straight up, no interference.
Beautiful.
Actually, we'll say that for Money in the Bank. But yeah, straight one-on-one, and so we'll see what happens from there. So I think the best part of Raw, we had the Ambrose Asylum.
Okay.
Oh yeah, with that Shield triple threat, right?
Yep, with Ambrose, Rollins and Reigns, and it was a great promo from all three guys. Great work from all three guys.
Roman cut a good.
Even Reigns. Yeah.
Even Roman Reigns. He said maybe about 12 to 15 words, but effective and efficient. He showed passion behind it. He did what he was supposed to do. Kevin and I were just. Just a great promo. Of course, Rollins paid. They're kind of reminiscing on all the good Shield times, and it seemed Rollins was playing the face for a few minutes. They're talking about the times that when they went to different cities and different things that they've done in terms of the superstars they've taken out. Sometimes after shows where Dean Ambrose has gotten drunk and things like that, and they've had to save him. And it seems like Rollins is playing the face, and then he's saying, we had a lot of great memories, but my favorite memory is that time when I took that steel chair, and everybody's just losing their chair.
Oh my gosh,
that's funny as shit.
But it was great promo. Of course, things ended up breaking down when Reigns and Ambrose kind of doing a stare down. Rollins ended up pushing Ambrose into Reigns. Rollins and Ambrose got in a little tussle. Reigns comes back in, hits Rollins with a Superman punch, and Ambrose standing tall after he hits Dirty Deeds on Roman Reigns because Ambrose was teasing that maybe neither of them leave Money in the Bank as champion because maybe he wins the Money in the Bank and Lee cashes in and leaves as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So,
okay.
Interesting setup and diving into Money in the Bank. Those were nothing really noteworthy for match-wise on Raw, as you can see, but a few good moments from Raw. Still not a 3-hour worthy show that kept you captivated for 3 hours, but
nope,
not as bad as some of the recent weeks as we've discussed highly on this show.
That we have.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's go ahead and dive into our predictions. Let's not waste any time. I know we all have some stuff we need to get to doing, so let's see. Let's start us off with the pre-show, or kickoff show, however you want to spin that. Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler.
Again.
I know, right? How many times has it been now? Like 4 times? 4 times?
I hate how they're
giving
pre-show. I hate how they're giving Baron Corbin this treatment. It's fucking stupid. He's better than this. He's way better than that. Baron Corbin.
Why call him up if you're gonna have a pre-show at every single pay-per-view? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. he could still be main eventing in NXT or, like doing something better.
WWE.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Baron Corbin.
Corbin.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that one.
Yeah.
It'd be ashamed if he loses.
Oh my god. Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. I'll take the lead on this one again. Apollo Crews needs to win. Sheamus
does.
Sheamus doesn't. Sheamus is built, established. Apollo Crews.
I think we're probably all in the same boat on this one. Also, we'll go with Apollo Crews too, because same thing as Corbin. He's not getting great treatment, so he really needs a W.
You know what I just thought about? Is this Apollo Crews' first pay-per-view match?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
And it's appreciated.
I kind of want to switch to Sheamus now, because man, no, I'm gonna stick with Crews. He desperately needs the win. Desperately needs it. Okay.
Well, I was kind of thinking leaning towards Sheamus because Crews does need the win. He really does. I mean, this could go either way, and I'm thinking, because let's say if Crews does win, he desperately does need it. The feud can continue if Sheamus, Crews wins, and afterwards Sheamus is mad and attacks him to have another match. If Sheamus wins, it kind of doesn't leave anywhere for the feud to go. I mean,
I'm the good guy. I'm coming back to get you.
You beat me, yay! So I kind of want to say that Sheamus would win here, because to me, I love Crews, but I got no faith in him, man. They haven't done anything with him since they brought him up, but because he needs the win so bad, to me, there's no way he can't win. So I just talked myself into saying that Crews wins.
He needs it way more. And I remember before we started doing all this, I used to really think about who actually needs this win, and that's usually the guy who wins most of the time. It's the guy who wins. So
yeah,
I'm gonna stick with Crews because if they don't pull the trigger on him or something soon, it's bad. It's
bad, man.
He's already sinking. He needs to start.
Yeah, if you give
us a reason to care about him or turn him heel, do something.
Yeah.
Let's go into the women's tag match: Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky Lynch.
Let me take the lead on this one. I'm gonna go with I'll go with Becky and Natty. I think they'll get a W. Just face wins, and then hopefully this leads to the separation of Charlotte and Dana. That's what I'm hoping for.
Could be. I could dig that. If they want to get Dana Brooke away from her, let her do her own thing. That'd be a good way to do it.
Yeah, she doesn't need Charlotte to do her own thing. I mean, she's already a good in-ring competitor. So.
I want to go Charlotte and Dana though. I think they want to keep Charlotte strong going into SummerSlam. So, and I know we're still a few pay-per-views away, but pay-per-view wins are the ones that really, really count. So,
yeah.
Vanny, what you got?
Yeah, on this one, I'm gonna go with Charlotte and Dana also, because I kind of wanted to lean towards Becky and Charlotte and Natalya for a second, just because of the dissension that happened on Raw. I was thinking maybe Dana Brooke screws up again and they do lose the match, but to me, I don't know if with them just having to put Charlotte and Dana together right now, if it will necessarily happen just yet. So, after Charlotte lost clean to Paige, I don't see her losing again, regardless, even if she doesn't take the pin. So I'm going with Charlotte and Dana Brooke on this one.
What about your girl Becky though? You got to support your girl.
I know. I want to, and it sickens me how they're mishandling Becky so much.
I know.
It hurts me. But I have to pick. I can't pick with my heart. I have to pick with my head, because I did guarantee all the fans out there, all the peeps, that this is the last time that John will hold that title.
Yep, this has to be.
Money in the Bank. This Sunday, his reign comes to an end. Finished. Done.
Yeah.
Now. Right now. He can't enter Battleground as champion.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
You hear this? That's what championship knocking. It's telling you to get away from it.
Yeah, enjoy it. enjoy. You have only a few days, only about 5 days left.
And that's that. The reign is over, and the new reign will begin.
Yes. Oh no, it's not starting. So, excuse me, it's not ending. Yours ain't starting. All right, let's do the United States Championship. Rusev versus Titus. I said earlier I think Rusev's gonna win. They need to keep the title on him because the U.S. title on him is good. People care. I wouldn't mind it being on Titus because I like Titus. I don't know if that's the best thing to do with the title right now, though. Especially because it's been such a short build. It really hasn't been like, they can still draw from it. They can do another thing. They can. Oh man, if they have a rematch at Battleground, that'd be dope. I would love to see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you guys got?
I'm going to Rusev as well. Because he's done after Kalisto's horrible reign. His offer is just booked. Rusev's done a lot to bring that title back up, and like you said, if Titus were to win it, nothing against Titus, but because he's just coming back from suspension, they haven't really done much with him. There's no build to this feud. It really hurt the U.S. title again, and so I think Rusev continues to keep it. Yeah. So I'm going to Rusev on this one.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted playing hot potato with the title. You need to
for sure. He isn't that. That's why I'm also going Rusev. He's only had the belt for like a month or so now, and
exactly.
He's an established superstar who he had a reign of a year almost with this belt. So
monster heel run, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Monster heel run, and I think he'll just continue his monster heel run. So I'm gonna go with him.
And after I picked against Rusev last time for Kalisto Kalisto let me down, I'm not picking against Rusev for quite a while.
Lesson was definitely learned. Mandy and I learned our lesson last time. We'll never, ever go against Rusev again.
Never. Because John wanted to be champion if it wasn't for that match. Gosh, dang it. Stupid Kalisto, he had one job. One job. He just had to hold on to it for one more day. He could have lost the next night of Raw.
Yeah, he could have lost at Raw SmackDown.
One more day.
Yeah. Freaking mosquito.
Anyway, we can go into the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match. The New Day versus Enzo and Cass, the Vaudevillains, and the Club. I gotta go New Day. I don't see... With the Club being banned from ringside against Cena and AJ, I don't think they'll... I don't think there's a reason for them to win tonight, if that makes sense. And I definitely don't think they'll take the pinfall. I think the Vaudevillains will take the pinfall. Enzo and Cass, I think that they'll save that for SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. And the Vaudevillains are just, they had their shot there, and honestly, they kind of don't deserve this title shot. So, New Day retains, get another good win under their belt before they eventually have to drop it. What do you guys got?
I'm right there with you, man. I'm going with the New Day. They kind of made a point of it on Raw too that they're getting close to the record for having the belt for for I guess like almost a year or so now.
Yeah,
I think they'll pass the record.
Yeah, they have like the record already for like longest combined championship reigns. So, we'll see. Like, I definitely want them to break the record. They deserve it. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
They've made those titles desirable.
Exactly.
No one's wanted those titles before,
Yeah, they made them relevant again.
Yeah, I'm going New Day also, and I was along the same lines as you, Kev, when they mentioned it last night that they were approaching Kendrick and London's reign, and they were a staple of the tag team division for a while. London and Kendrick, those matches against Eminem back in the day. So, I'm going New Day here too because I think that WWE wants them to break that record. Just here, I just don't think. To me, I was kind of thinking of it that this would be a time that they would probably lose it just because. Heck, if you take the titles off New Day, with them having 3 guys on the team, this is kind of the perfect match setting of where they lose it. 3 other teams where they don't have to be involved in the pinfall, but to me, it's got to be. I don't think Vaudevillains are winning it at all.
Nope.
I don't think the Club's winning it yet, and I think Enzo and Cass would be later on. I forgot where it was, but I think it was somewhere on Twitter. But I think somebody mentioned that said, if New Day loses the title, you just have to be, heels taking taking the titles off them. Maybe the club will be the ones to take the title off them. I don't know if it's necessarily this match here. So again, I'm going New Day. I think they break London and Kendrick's reign. I think maybe they'll break that reign. Maybe I think in a month or so. I know they're reaching a year once it gets to SummerSlam. They said so. Within the next month, they're going to pass the reign.
Nice. Glad to hear it.
Yes, sir.
All right. I guess because it doesn't have anything on the line, that we can do this one next. John Cena versus AJ Styles. The club is banned from ringside, and I want to hear you two go first.
Well, I can never go with John Cena. So obviously I'm going to have to go with AJ Styles on this one. I know that the club is banned from ringside, that being Gallows and Anderson, but I think someone else is going to make a special appearance and cost Cena this match, because I know the feud is most likely going to continue. I mean, I think it'd be stupid for it not to continue, especially because of how much attention it draws, and I mean, it's like the best thing going on right now in WWE, honestly.
Oh my God, yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be my bold prediction. It will be the Demon is going to show up this week, and he's going to cost
you
Cena.
took my bold prediction. That was my bold prediction. You read my mind. You read my mind.
Great minds think alike, what can you do?
Yes, indeed. I give you credit on that one. Yes, sir.
Wow, I didn't even think of that. That's dope, though, man. Go ahead, Vandy, what you got?
Yeah, Kevin and I were on the same wavelength on that one. We were on
Really?
That was my bold. That was gonna be my bold prediction. Yeah, I'm going AJ as well, because I mean, you just look at the setup here. I mean, it's built for Cena to win, right? No club, it's 1-on-1. This is no interference. This is exactly what Cena wants. So, I mean, on the surface, you look at it, yeah, Cena's going to win. And, I mean, yeah, okay, this is Cena's first pay-per-view back, so you can say he needs to, but Cena doesn't need to win. Cena's Cena.
Yeah.
He's lost the last 2 pay-per-views to Reigns, Extreme Rules and whatever the one was before, Payback. So, and of course, he didn't win at Mania either, so AJ's lost the last 3 pay-per-views. To get this heel turn, continue to build momentum, to me, he needs to win. So I'm going AJ Styles on this one. The phenomenal one. I think he has to win this one. You got to give it to him. He needs this win. I mean, can you imagine AJ Styles with the win over Cena? Oh, my gosh. Oh, yes. Bring it on.
Thing of beauty.
My man AJ. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir. AJ, go ahead. Do your thing. Okay. We all know who you're going with on this one.
We know. I can see it on his face.
Now, my rule of thumb is never bet against John Cena. Because I have been proven wrong before, and I love when he proves me wrong. But I'm going to go AJ Styles on this one. I'm really going to go... I'm going to go AJ Styles. One, going on Vandy's point, if the roles were flipped and Cena was heel, that's exactly how a heel would want to win the match. Exactly how a heel would want to win the match. So, which means the face technically is supposed to win this match. And hold on. Oh, go ahead.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you're saying this right now.
Well, man's.
It's your man's, dude.
He is my man.
Favorite guy. You're number one.
When the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is on the line, I gotta make smart business decisions. So, going on business, AJ Styles is going to be on the Stone Cold podcast the Monday after Money in the Bank. There's no way AJ is going to lose and then go on that podcast.
Good point.
So, AJ Styles gets the big win because he needs the big win. Going back to Vanny's point, he has lost like 4 of the big pay-per-views this year. If you want to count Royal Rumble, that's okay. I can let that one slide. It's the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
You see that?
What are you talking about?
That's who you bolded.
Hey man, I gotta throw a swerve your way. But,
yeah, apparently.
Anyway, he's my dude, and if he wins, I won't be happy. I won't be sad. I'll jump up with joy, and drop my pizza on the ground. I don't know. Like, but no, I gotta go AJ this one because if AJ wins, everyone is excited. Everyone's happy because everyone wants to see what Cena's gonna do next. If Cena wins, boo, right there. You know, same. We can do we can rebook Kevin Owens versus John Cena this time with AJ Styles, and we can take it a different way. Cena, AJ wins Money in the Bank because Money in the Bank's now one of the big four or big five if they want to call it a big five. Survivor Series sucks. Cena wins the Battleground, which makes me happy because I get to see it. And hang on. DC is a Cena town. If you've ever been to a DC show, we are pro Cena. So.
No. I hate DC for that then.
I mean, you can get Cena all you want. There's plenty of people who do.
Yeah, there is.
But by and large, go to Capital Punishment when Cena versus R-Truth. Yeah. That's in DC. They are crazy for Cena that night. That's like some of the loudest cheers I've heard for Cena. And that was like the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view or whatever.
I'm so disappointed in DC then. Oh my gosh.
Wow, we're a smart bunch.
No, we're not.
You know what's funny is the theater I went to watch the E3 conference was right next to where the Verizon Center. So nice. Like as I came up like from like where I parked or whatever, I was like, oh shit, like that's where we should. Where's where we watch Raw, like or you know whatever event we got going on there.
We'll be there in like a month.
Yeah, July 24th. Anyway, yeah, AJ Styles. Next up, we have the Money in the Bank ladder match. So Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus Alberto Del Rio versus the King of Swing, Cesaro. Who do you guys got?
I'm going to tell you who I want to win, and then I'm going to tell you who is going to win.
No, I think I know exactly who you're going to pick. So continue.
I want my man Kevin Owens, obviously, to get the Money in the Bank briefcase, because I know he'd be excellent with it.
Yep.
But I just don't think that's going to happen. And just because the way just because the way they tease it on Raw, the Shield triple threat. I mean, I think it has to be Ambrose getting the W in this match. He'll get the briefcase. I mean, he probably won't cash it in at Money in the Bank, but he'll cash it in, and then he'll set up the Shield triple threat match, and that'll be a hell of a match.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Dean Ambrose. Unfortunately, that's who I'm going with.
Fanny.
Yeah, I'm. This is. I mean, ever since the Money in the Bank match was announced and the participants were in it, I've been going back and forth between Owens and Ambrose. And I mean, because the thing is, like just like you said, Kev. I mean, can you imagine? The Money in the Bank briefcase was almost made for Kevin Owens and his character.
Right.
It was just almost made just for. I mean, you can just imagine just the stuff that he would do as being Mr. Money in the Bank, and to me, it would be perfect if he had it. Yeah, I don't know if they plan on putting the title on Owens anytime right now. To me, he could probably even still get the title without the Money in the Bank. Hopefully, but yeah, I just don't know if they plan on having him win it right now. So, again, as we've been talking about the last few months and setting up this Shield triple threat and how we all think that this upcoming WrestleMania 33, I mean, it just has to happen, right? I mean, you just got to capitalize on it now. I mean, as they were running through their history yesterday, you just noticed just how much of a focal point that those three guys are in WWE storylines. There's almost not one major storyline that doesn't involve one of those three guys. Yep. You have to capitalize on it on WrestleMania 33 because you don't want to wait and push it off. You never know what can happen with injuries as we've seen this year.
Mm-hmm.
You got to capitalize on it when the iron's hot. They're three of the biggest stars in the business and will continue to rise over the next year. To me, you gotta do it, and I'm going Ambrose.
No, I hear you, man. It was a really difficult choice picking Ambrose on this one. Really difficult because I still think, hey, maybe if Kevin Owens won, they could still set up the Shield triple threat match without the Money in the Bank briefcase involvement. But I guess it just makes it a little easier if Dean Ambrose does get that W and then he just cashes it in and sets up a hell of a main event at Mania.
You know what? Actually, now that you just mentioned something that kind of got me thinking, and it was that last line you just said of that WWE could still set up the Shield triple threat, and knowing the WWE and WWE logic or lack thereof, they can still get to the Shield triple threat without Ambrose winning the briefcase.
Yep, that was the hardest decision for me, just based on that point right there.
You know what? I can't believe I'm doing this. But you know what? This is the PWV podcast. That's what we do. We're bold. We take risks.
Yes, sir.
Take chances. It wouldn't be fun if we didn't do stuff like this. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm switching my pick. I'm going Kevin Owens.
All right.
I'm going Kevin Owens. And as much as over the last 3 weeks I've had Ambrose in my mind as Ambrose winning, I'm going KO. I'm going Owens on this one.
I mean, hey, I hope you're right, dude. I want Kevin Owens to win. I won't even care, honestly, if Dean Ambrose doesn't, if he doesn't win. If I lose a point, whatever, for these predictions, I'll be happy with the Kevin Owens win. But hey, we'll see.
We'll see
what happens.
We'll see.
Oh,
John.
So my original prediction for Mania 33: Rollins wins the Rumble, Ambrose cashes in, Roman's champion because he's Roman. So, my gut is telling me to continue with that because I know myself. But you said it before I said it. WWE can still book the Shield triple threat. Kevin Owens, it can be amazing with that briefcase because a heel needs that briefcase. It's cool when the face has it, Cena, but it's a heel prop. Excuse me, not a prop. It's a heel tactic.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And it should continue to be a heel tactic because no matter what, when that thing's cashed in, shit goes crazy,
Shit is the man.
And I think they need to do the absolute best they can to get the most out of it. I think the most out of it they can get is with I'll call him their Iron Man right now, has been Kevin Owens. He's been he's been fantastic with it. He's been fantastic, period.
Yep.
I'm not going with Ambrose because it's too obvious now. They've been teasing it a lot. He hasn't been losing at all. Like, I don't think. I've seen him win a few wins, and he's even gotten a few wins on Kevin Owens. Yeah, exactly. To the best of my knowledge, Kevin Owens hasn't climbed the ladder reaching for the briefcase like everyone else does, I think that could be the scene that we see. It sends the fans home. Well, that's another thing that keeps the fans happy. And I think that's the theme of this show, is if they really want to make this a huge pay-per-view and a great pay-per-view, which the card is already great. Kevin Owens winning is fuck yes. Kevin Owens won. No one's going to be mad that Kevin Owens won. No one. No one's going to be mad if Ambrose wins. No one's going to be mad if Zayn wins. No one's going to be mad if Cesaro wins, which is actually not a bad idea. They can pretty much go a few different ways. Yeah. The only people who absolutely should not win, number one is Alberto Del Rio, and only because he's won before and cashed before. He doesn't need it again. He's Del Rio. He beat Cena in 7 minutes for the U.S. title. Like, run with that,
Loved it.
Jericho is too long in the tooth now to win it. I'm not saying he won't be good with it, because I think he'd actually be pretty good with it, but I don't know how much longer I want him to be around. Like, we know how Jericho's cycles kind of go. He'll be back around Mania next year, which is fine. I'm happy to see him. But let's say his next run is going to be till SummerSlam or Battleground, whatever. Probably SummerSlam, bigger payday. So I don't think he would cash in 2 months. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going with Kevin Owens because he's Kevin Owens.
Simple enough.
What I'm thinking now, early thinking, is I can imagine in the Royal Rumble, Rollins and Ambrose do like the Cena Batista finish, but this time they're both winners, and they just run with it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Good point.
That would be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, because it's the shades of that have kind of happened before. Oh, who's supposed to really win? And I know Cena and Batista. Batista was always supposed to win that. That was just a freak accident. This time with the brand split, Rollins will be on Raw or SmackDown. Ambrose will be on the other show. They can't definitively declare a winner because they both feel they deserve it. They are both officially in the main event of the WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah, so going into the main event of the night, and I don't need to wait for you guys' answers for this one, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns, because he's Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we're all saying that Roman Reigns is going to be champion up until Mania, eh?
I don't know up until Mania, but man, I don't see him slowing down unless who's gonna take it off him? He's not gonna be at Battleground. Seth might have a chance at Money in the Bank. Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam if he fights Brock Lesnar? I don't know, and I kind of don't want to see Brock with the title again.
If let's say Owens does win the Money in the Bank, let's say, and then Reigns holds on to it for another few months. Owens does the typical heel cash in, keeps it for a couple months, and Reigns ends up winning it back
before Rumble or after the Rumble, something like that. You know, and that's
the only way. I think honestly that's your best bet because I don't think you can have. I mean, I know they've said they've wanted Reigns to beat CM Punk's championship reign, but I hope they don't keep the title on Reigns that long. But the way they love him and on their jock, I mean, like I said, don't hate the guy, but I don't want to see him with the title that long. I want to see it a little bit differently, and I mean. Maybe when the brand split comes and there's two champions, maybe they do end up keeping it on Reigns that long. We'll see.
Ooh,
I think they are, though, man. I really think they are going to keep it on Reigns that long. I don't see him losing it, man. Just to everybody's point.
A long title reign is, it looks better than multiple reigns. But, here's my thinking now. Roman's going to defend both times against Seth. This one will be the kind of, I don't want to say, like, screwy finish. But, it'll be a weird finish.
Yeah.
I think the next one will be a clean, definitive victory. And it sucks to say that, but they need to get what I think is they need to get away from Seth versus Roman. Let them Seth do his own thing because he can do his own thing. I think Brock comes back for SummerSlam. I think he's going to win in UFC. And, of course, I'm legit. I want my title shot. I never lost it. It's because of that prick Seth who you just feuded with why I don't have my championship back. I want my title shot now. And he gets his title shot at SummerSlam, and Roman wins. And I don't want to say clean, but I want to say it's a fucking fight, and I mean a fight. Like worse than Cena and Lesnar, and then worse than their match at 31. Roman wins. Kevin Owens cashes after that. Because there's no way in hell he's ever going to be weaker, physically weaker, than after having a fucking war with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
There's no way. And everyone's going to love it. Everyone's going to cheer their asses off for that.
Hell goodness. I'll fucking explode in this place.
Dude. Oh my gosh, man. It should be an interesting pay-per-view. I'm very excited to watch it.
The best Money in Bank in history.
It could be, man. It could be. And
pay-per-view of the year.
For sure, dude. Like, there's no
oh my god, yeah. Unless they really, really, really do up SummerSlam, nothing's gonna beat it.
It's gonna be hard to top. I mean, just every match is a match you're invested in.
Every match has. It sucks that the women's championship isn't on the line because I would have liked to see that again. Like I would have been fine with like Becky versus Charlotte for the women's championship. That's fine. Everyone would have liked to see that. We know who Charlotte's gonna win, but
but you're right though, dude. I mean, it's the women's championship. It's like having a pay-per-view without the WWE championship defended.
Like WrestleMania 1.
That doesn't make any damn sense at all. They're trying to establish this title, establish a women's division. And we talked about this numerous weeks now because they just keep burying the women's division, and I just don't understand why.
It makes no fucking sense. It's like, didn't we just remedy the situation? Now we have legitimate women's superstars who can compete, who are better than half the guys on the roster.
Yeah.
And we're going to give them a 3-minute squash match.
Yep, 2 3-minute matches, no title match at the pay-per-view. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's not even multiple women's matches on Raw anymore. Right. It's 3 fucking hours. Give another woman a match. Like... It's fucking stupid.
Don't even get me started because I'll go on another lane back that moment because I was so pissed because I switched to the game just for briefly, and when I switched back, the match was over. The Paige and the Charlotte match was over, and I was just thinking to myself, you got to be kidding me! It's Paige and Charlotte.
Right.
I switched back. I had to go back and I had to rewind, because we got to have Verizon. I had to rewind to see what happened because the match was that damn short. Like I said, it wasn't even a pee break. And I'm gonna rest. I'm not gonna go on the lane of SmackDown moment because
such a shame, dude.
I'm not gonna do it. It's a shame, but yeah,
just like you said though, Vandy, it's Paige and Charlotte. Those are two women that I understand not the main event at WrestleMania, but close to it. Those are two of the best women superstars
best match at Mania.
Yeah, exactly. Charlotte, the triple threat match they had was freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And here we go with 2-3 minute matches every freaking week.
Makes no sense. So
I'd love for WWE to write us a letter or something and explain it to us because I just don't understand it.
It'll never happen. Oh man. Anyway,
one quick well, not really shout out, but one quick note before we close the show: the singer that does DX's theme song, Break It Down, he passed away on Sunday. Suddenly, he was 49. So just condolences to his family out there. Just had to throw that one out there. I mean, one of the best theme songs in WWE and wrestling history.
Break It Down.
Love it.
Yep. Rest in peace.
I don't know if we're about to close, but you guys got your bold predictions for today?
Oh yeah, no. I'll
stole yours, Vandy.
I'll go first and let Vanny get some time. I think my man Bray Wyatt shows up in the Money in the Bank match to fuck with somebody.
Who did he screw? Who does he screw out of it?
Probably Ambrose, because him and him, they've always fought. So, and I can't really think of anything else Bray would do at this point. So,
right.
Like, if Bray wants to feud with Cesaro, that'd be cool. There'd be no reason for it whatsoever, though. That's why I'm kind of like leaning towards that Ambrose thing. Like, I think Bray will be a big factor in determining who the winner is. I mean, if Bray wants to come back and screw Roman, that'd be dope, but he won't.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I'd love to see that.
Could you imagine Bray and Seth, like, just, like, not teaming, but in cahoots with, like,
right?
It's like, fuck yeah, like, and just going back to that, anyone but you, Roman.
Yeah, so that's his motto.
It is. But yeah, I think Bray Wyatt makes his return at Money in the Bank. Need to get him on deck before this draft starts to get him established again. Hopefully, I don't know Luke Harper's timetable. If Luke Harper came back also, that'd be pretty cool. He's been missed. He's a good body of work and a good hand. I think
his timetable is September, October.
He's still out for that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. I mean, luckily he dodged an ACL injury, but I think it's still something with the MCL or meniscus.
Oh yeah. Now that I think about it, I was like, it was like just before Mania, and now it's like April 3rd or something. So April, it's been like 2 months.
Yeah. Maybe still got a ways to go.
Yeah. So get well soon. As always, we don't want you to come back hurt. Come back 110%. Take your time off.
Yes.
Vanny, what you got? Bold prediction.
How about Rio wins the Money in the Bank?
I don't know why I thought you were gonna come up with something smart. I was like, what the fuck? I'm over my computer and shit. Like,
I'm going. My bold prediction is gonna be. I'm gonna say. Well, since we're going on returns and debuting, Kev, you got Finn Balor and John, you got Bray Wyatt. I'm gonna say Randy Orton returns. I'm trying to figure out where he returns, but I mean, Randy's overdue. He should be back now, so I think, hey, I mean, let's just make this the best Money in the Bank, one of the best pay-per-views ever. You talk about matches, moments, returns, debuts. So I say bring Randy back. Where he comes in, I don't know.
I'm trying to think. It's got to be either. It's got to be the Money in the Bank match. I guess if Bray doesn't come in, maybe Randy comes back during it. Maybe
he screws with somebody and just to start a feud with somebody. I mean, Randy's the Viper. He doesn't really need too much of an excuse of why to start.
Right.
I just don't like this guy or something like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe him and Cesaro or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe he comes and screws Seth out of the title.
That's what I'm thinking. Was Seth the one who took Randy out before, like, for his injury?
I know they had probably the latest feud or the last feud before Orton went out, I believe. But
I think so.
He could probably come back and screw Seth. He could probably do that.
Yeah.
And Ron wins, of course. So.
Yeah, that's the only reason. Like, I don't want to see that. You know.
I mean, Randy being back will be.
That'll be good. That'll get a pop.
I didn't realize we could have 3 people returning.
Right.
Like in one prediction.
A hell of a night.
Oh my gosh, that's some of the best part about wrestling is the returns, man. Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't forget when a dude just like what? Just everyone enjoying themselves because someone finally came back.
Just get hell of excited.
Right. Anything else? Any other cleanup or housekeeping?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. All right. That's our show this week. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at PWV_podcast for all your wrestling news, articles, opinions, and information. Check out ProWrestlingVoice.com. Check out our store at ProWrestlingTees.com/ProWrestlingVoice. Only $19.99. You guys go ahead and check those out. We are on iTunes now, so just by searching Pro Wrestling Voice Radio. You can see everything that the website posts audio-wise up there. Check us out on the Spreaker app. Just go on your phone, type in Spreaker. You can find us, Pro Wrestling Voice Podcast. I'm Mr. John Lucas, alongside my co-host, Vinny Bernard.
Stay phenomenal, y'all.
Stay phenomenal. Kevin Ortiz, man, always a pleasure to have you on.
Oh, yes, just stay tuned till next week, and I'll be the new WWE champion. For Wrestling Voice, that is.
This guy right here.
You're right.
This guy right here. This is your last week having that strap on your shoulder. This is it.
You don't understand. This is my championship.
For now. Asterisk next to that.
Asterisk. You know who you're talking to, son?
It's a temporary hold.
The champ is.
I am not an interim champion. I am the champion.
Oh,
You understand?
Okay, Roman. Okay. All right.
We'll see what happens.
Make sure you polish it up for me. I want it real nice. I want it shiny. I want it blinged out, so I can carry it around to work everywhere. I need you to make sure you take care of it over the next couple of days. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Love it. You sleep with it. Do whatever you need to do with it. And just make sure come Saturday you polish it. Actually, Sunday morning, polish it up real nice. Shine it up real good. All right? And it's that way when Money in the Bank concludes, and next week when we come back on the air, the champ will be none other than your boy, the phenomenal one, the vandalizer, Bandy Bernard. Woo! You already know what it is.
Hey, if not Vandy, it's gonna be me with that title, man. And I'll take it from you when we're all watching it at your house. It's gonna take a long trip with me back to Stafford. Can't wait for that. It's gonna be a nice car ride.
No, you're good. I am the face who runs the place. I am a good guy. I am a bad guy. The guy. That's all that matters.
Bruh.
Bruh. Right.
Like I said, bro, you want nothing better than me. That's our show this week. Again, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. And we won't throw the book at you. Until next time. All right.